Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hey, how you doing? My name is Ash. I am a makeup artist and a book lover, emphasis on book lover, and today's video is going to be all about some Christmas books to add to your TBR. So to my right, I have a handful of books. Some of these I have read, some of these I have not, and then I have some recommendations on Kindle Unlimited that I will share with you. Those ones I have also not read. I am a big fan of Christmas books, and I know I look a little funny with my wig. It's been a weekend for wigs. I'll be back to my natural hair, in a couple videos. I just want to share some of these book recommendations. I will say I am kind of really terrible at giving quick descriptions, so I will do my best. So I'm going to start with the ones that I have read, and then we'll get into the ones that I have not. First up is one that I have read this year. This is The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. If you have read The Ex-Hex and The Kiss Curse, this is the third book in this series, and those two are more Halloween. This one is definitely more Christmas. This takes place with the third brother. I wouldn't say you necessarily have to read the first two to read this one, but the love interest in this book is actually a character that shows up in the first book. Basically, you have these two main characters. They end up somehow getting caught in the past. It's around Christmas time, and they have to make sure that a wedding goes through, and they have to figure out how to get back to their own timeline. This is under 300 pages, so it's a quick read, and I really enjoyed this when I did read it. If you want something a little bit more YA, this one is Sally's Lament for Mary Mancusi. Mary, M-A-R-I, M-A-N-C-U-S-I. I'm sorry I had to pronounce names, but if you want something a little bit more YA, very Disney-like, I would recommend this one. So this is if Sally was the one to discover Christmastown, and she is the one to introduce it to Jack. So in this one, Sally gets away from Dr. Finkelstein, and she ends up coming to the grove of trees with all the different holidays, and she finds Christmastown, and when she gets there, everything seems so happy and jolly. Everybody seems so nice, but if you look a little bit deeper, everybody is kind of like forced to be nice. There's like a darker thing happening in Christmastown, and Sally ends up trying to help the townspeople overcome what is happening in Christmastown. And of course she gets Jack involved, and I find that what I like most about these types of like different versions of The Night Before Christmas is that you kind of get a better glimpse into how Sally falls in love with Jack and how Jack falls in love with Sally. Again, this is super YA, but it's really cute. And then I have A Very Merry Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams. This is technically book 5 in this series, which is the Bromance book club. And I'll say, I don't think that you technically have to read the first 4 books in order to read this one. I did read them in order, and the only thing you get is you get an introduction to all the characters, because there is everybody mentioned in this one that is mentioned through the first 4. So you may be a little bit confused about the dynamics, but this one was really fun. This is like a second chance romance. It started from a one-night stand, and it's a country music star. He is the sunshine. She is an immigration lawyer, and she is the grumpy in this Grumpy Sunshine. He's really into Christmas. She is not, and this is them coming together. He kind of almost, I wouldn't say blackmails her into going on dates with him, but she comes to him. She needs something from him, and he's like, okay, I'll consider it, but you have to go on a date with me. It's very cute. I really enjoyed this. This was my favorite in the series. So good. I read The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score last year. This is technically book 2. The first book is, what is it called? Mr. Fixer-Upper. I do think that you can pick this up without reading the first one. The first one involves the FMC in this book. That's her brother in the first one. This is her story. She is a workaholic. She is a renovation expert and a reality TV star. And she ends up going to this town that was hit by a hurricane, and it's right around Christmas time. And this town relies on the people that come in for Christmas for their like revenue for the year. So they're devastated. She offers to come in. They're gonna shoot a couple episodes of them helping renovate the town, and she has to deal with the town manager who really doesn't want her there. He's kind of like an asshole a little bit about it. I loved it. I am such a fan of Lucy Score. I think her books are fantastic and easy to read, and they're amazing, and they're available on Kindle Unlimited if you are interested in reading some Lucy Score. And say that you want some spice with your Mary, this is a series for you. So this is the Christmas Notch series. This is a book series by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone, and it follows characters in this town of Christmas Notch where they film movies for like the equivalent of the Hallmark Channel. So the first one is A Merry Little Meet Cute. This one is with a porn star and a reformed band member. Holly Jolly Never After is about an actress who is trying to make a comeback and a former boy band member who is trying to make up for what he may have done to her. And then A Jingle Mingle is you get a porn star slash writer slash director slash she does a little bit of everything, and the last member of the boy band who is just very, very sad, and they end up hooking up and just going from there. These are really fun to read, and if you're just in the spicy Christmas mood, go for these. Now for the books on my physical TBR that I have not read yet. The first one is going to be The Christmas Tree Farm. This is by Laurie Gilmore. I know absolutely nothing about this except that it's the third book in the series, and I still, as I'm recording this, do not know if I have to read the first two before reading this. According to the back, this is about Kira North, who hates Christmas, and she just bought a Christmas tree farm, and a guy who kind of gets caught up in all the drama. My December Darling is from Lauren Asher. This is technically a novella that ties into the Lakefront Billionaire series that I have yet to read. This I do believe you can read as a standalone. This is available on Kindle Unlimited. I just like to have physical copies of books even though they're on Kindle Unlimited. It drives my husband crazy, but I just like to hold physical books. So I don't know too much about this, but I do believe there is a wedding that takes place where they meet. They might be doctors, and I don't know much more than that. Next one is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I want to say that this book was actually reprinted this year. This is definitely on the shorter side. It's about 250 pages. It's an opposites attract holiday romance, and I do believe that this gets pretty spicy, but Tessa Bailey is known for having spice in her books, and I really do enjoy Tessa Bailey books, so I am excited to finally have the chance to read this month. Hopefully I can get to it. I've been filming like crazy and haven't been reading as much, which is disappointing. And I have this book. This is The Nightmare for Kissmas by Sara Raasch. I could be saying her name wrong, but I have the edition where it's the sprayed edges. This is an romance, and this is basically the Prince of Christmas and then the Prince of Halloween having to work together and a romance forms, and I am so excited to read this because I love anything that ties into The Nightmare Before Christmas, and this just sounds adorable. The Merriest Misters is something that I picked up in my last book haul. This is by Timothy Janovsky, which I do believe I said his name wrong in the haul that I did, and I probably said it wrong here. My apologies. This is another romance. This is about a married couple who is going through some marital problems. They end up Santa Clausing, basically Santa Claus. If you watch, the Santa Claus movie, you get the reference, and I do believe they end up going to the North Pole where they have to figure out what to do about Christmas and how to save their marriage. And then the last physical book I have, which is available on Kindle Unlimited, which I told myself I was going to read forever ago. That is Meghan Quinn's How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I do believe that this is basically a spicy retelling of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I adore Meghan Quinn's writing style. It is always so funny. The banter she does, the writing style is just such a fun read, and this is a pretty big book. It's just shy of about 500 pages, but don't let the size fool you. Honestly, when you start reading this, you're just gonna fly through it because it's written in a way to where it just flows so well. Obviously, I haven't read this. I'm basing this on like my other stories that I read by Meghan Quinn, but I am so excited to read this. I love The Grinch. It's my favorite Christmas story. Obviously, love The Grinch, and I cannot wait to finally dive into this. Hopefully, I will have time in a couple days to sit down and like read a full book. Now I'm going to share some books that are available on Kindle Unlimited, and I just have a handful. The first one I want to talk about is this book series that is with 5 different authors. It's called Under the Mistletoe. They are available on Kindle Unlimited, and they are available on audiobook through Kindle Unlimited, so you can listen to it or read it, whichever you prefer. So the first one is Cruel Winter with You by Hazelwood. Next is Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. All by My Elf is by Olivia Dade. Merriment and Mayhem is Alexandria Bellafleur. And Only Santa's in the Building is by Alexis Theria. These are all very different. They are very short. I think the shortest reading time is 77 minutes. Obviously, it'd be much faster if you listen to it on like 2x speed. You do you. But like I said, these are available as an ebook on Kindle Unlimited and on audiobook. So if you have that, you have it for basically free if you don't count the monthly payment. The next book I have is Christmas Criminal by Ali Williams. This is about a woman who has to do some community service, and she is teamed up with a very hot, very nerdy math teacher, I guess. She has to basically help them with some Christmas activities, and she hates the town that she's in. She was actually caught by the sheriff egging her dad's house, and that's why she has community service. It is a small town holiday romantic comedy. It's on my radar to read this month. Hopefully I can get to it. Next one is one that I mentioned last year, which I never got around to reading, and that is The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart. This is not a novella, it's a longer book, about 374 pages. It is a second chance Christmas themed romance, and I do believe that this gets pretty spicy. I think Kate Stewart does have really spicy stories. I haven't read anything by her yet, but I do have the Ravenhood series. I bought the physical copies of that because I've heard that that is really good. Next one is another book that I mentioned last year that I still am hoping to get to. It is Eating Her Christmas Cookies by Alina Jacobs. This is book 1 out of 5 of the Frost Brothers. I do believe all of these books are Christmas. No, not wrong. Yeah, all 5 of these books are Christmas books, but the first one specifically is Eating Her Christmas Cookies. These are definitely not novellas. They're around 500 pages each, and they are basically about these 5 brothers and their romantic interests. So I'm going to quickly speed run through the next 4 because my battery's actually dying and people are being really loud outside. The next one is going to be The Christmas Letters by Jenny Proctor. This is about like basically a Secret Santa letter, and these 2 people keep exchanging letters and they grow closer and closer, and then they eventually meet. Sounds really cute. Also by the same author, this is Not So Alone for Christmas. It is a romantic comedy that basically follows a woman who is stranded, and it's a short novella. It's about 137 pages, but it sounds like it would be a really fun, quick read. And then I believe the next 2 I'm going to mention are on dark romance spectrum and spicy. So this was Sacked and Slayed by Aurelia Knight. This is a short novella. It's 112 pages. Yeah, it's a dark Christmas romance which is loosely connected to the Stolen Obsession series, which I have no idea what it's about, but it says it's heavily smutty and doesn't connect major plot points, so I believe you can't read this as a standalone. I'm just gonna say the name of this one and let you take what you think it might be. Santa's Coming by Serena Peer. It's spicy. It's spicy. And the last one is A Novel Christmas. This is about a romance author in a slump who has a chance encounter with a hot firefighter, and sparks fly, and it's Christmas time. And it sounds like it'd be really, really cute. And the cover of it is so cute, and that's by Charity Shane, which I have never heard of this author. So I'd be very interested to eventually read this and see if I like the writing style. But as of right now, that is all the book recommendations that I have for Christmas. I know I did a lot more last year, which I will try to link those down below in the description in case you want to see what I recommended last year. I didn't get around to reading too many Christmas books after 25 Days of Christmas last year. I don't think I'm going to read as many after, 25 Days of Christmas this year. I'm really bad with time management, apparently, when it comes to the end of the year. So I'm hoping that eventually I can read more, but I need to get all my videos filmed before I can do that. I will have everything that I talked about listed down below in case you're interested in checking out any of these books. I think that is pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want, you can follow me on my other socials. I'm artistryxashh everywhere, and if you want some book content, I am Ashley with 2 H's that reads on TikTok and Instagram. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever watching this. Happy holidays, happy reading, and I will see you all tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye!